On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
All right, boys and girls, it's once again, July 2024, time for the Hard Rockin' Trivia Show with Mark and Danny.
Woo!
Yes, we just got some late-breaking news in from the Delaware State Fair. What happened, Danny?
Yeah, my wife, one of my daughter's friends, works at the Delaware State Fair and gave her mom a couple of tickets to Rick Springfield at the Delaware State Fair. So this friend, or this mom of my daughter's friend, asked my wife to go. Hey, you want to go see Rick Springfield? She's like, yeah, sure. What the heck? So they get down there. Their seats are okay. They're not great. But then she texts me this afternoon, says, oh, I just found out our seats got upgraded. So like, cool. They're in the front row to Rick Springfield, and Starship was opening. Now she just sent a picture maybe 5 minutes ago of her and her friend with Rick Springfield's arm around both of them, just standing there at a meet and greet. What the hell, man? I mean, Rick Springfield's a good-looking dude.
Well, Danny, how long you been married now?
It'll be 35 years in about a month.
Well, 34 is a good run, Danny. I'm sorry to tell you. Rick Springfield.
He's out on tour with Rick Springfield now.
Yeah, well, Rick Springfield's like 75 years old. He looks like he's about 45 years old.
Yeah, he looks younger than I do, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's not an ounce of fat on the dude. It's ridiculous. He's a vampire.
And he's like best buds with Richard Marx, who is like Dana's favorite of all time. So if that's an end to Richard Marx.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
I like Dana.
Lord. See, I had a chance to go to that show, but my dedication to this show prevented me from doing that.
That's awesome, Dan. And we appreciate it. I mean, the world appreciates that you stuck around for this show.
This show should be extra special.
We should get 1 million views on this show just because of this. And if I see Rick Springfield in Malibu, if I'm driving around one of these days, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
Hey, you met my buddy's wife.
Yeah, like he's going to remember that.
Yeah, it's like,
what?
I met 10,000 women on this tour. You think I remember one? But hey, whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
Dana.
she's going to talk about this for
ever.
Now, if Richard Marx was there with him, game over.
Yeah.
Nice life, Dan. See ya.
Yeah, it was a good run. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we got some, on that horrible news. We got some good news. Our show is back on YouTube. Woo!
Hey, sweet.
So if you don't want to listen to the normal places like, every podcast platform on planet Earth, now we're back on YouTube. So if you got YouTube, you can go on over there and subscribe there if you like to listen that way. And yours truly if you go on the playlist on YouTube, there's a boatload of videos. There's a boatload of TV performances and concerts. They're probably over 200-300. So if you like the music that we talk about on this show, I'm guaranteed you're going to find something you like. So, and
all right.
It's free. So go over there and check it out. Please subscribe. I think we only got like 20 subscribers, but like 6 of them signed up this week. It's like, wow, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So we're back on YouTube, and we're ready to kick off this Rick Springfield show. No, that's not Rick Springfield. Never mind. We're going to start off with a little bit of 6 and 30.
For it is a human number. Its number is 6.
We're doing 6 and 30 first this time because my theme kind of coincides with what we're going to do later on. We're going to talk about the top 10 melodic rock albums that should have been bigger, at least in our opinion.
Right.
And my theme for my 6 and 30 is taken directly from that list of top 10 albums. So I didn't want to give you the just put into your head these bands. So what I did is I created a 6 and 30 from the list of top 10 melodic rock albums that I think. So
Okay.
that is my theme. So now you got to pick, you got to at least give me the artist.
Okay. And when we say melodic rock, we mean like hard rock with, usually gang vocals or great choruses, or sometimes people
Melody.
call it AOR.
Yeah.
But stuff you can sing along to that still rocks a little bit.
Journey is probably the top melodic rock band of all time. That in that theme.
Yeah, anything close to
they-
that. Even power pop can be thrown in there too, a little bit.
Journey rocks a lot. If you've ever seen them in concert,
Yep.
they are not just open arms. So
No, they're a lot more than that. And it's just so. All right, Danny. So I personally love AOR and melodic rock. In fact, before we start that, I went to Amoeba Records, and some of the albums that are going to pop up on my list, the vinyls, I don't have a record player, and I'll never listen to these again. So I brought them in and traded them in. I got $100 worth of trade-in value for these melodic rock albums. And this guy goes to me, he goes, "You like AOR?" Goes, "Yeah." And we had a little conversation. He goes, "Yeah, I was listening to Coney Hatch yesterday." I'm like, really?
All right.
It's like, nobody listens. I listen to Coney Hatch, but you were listening to Coney Hatch? So it was kind of cool that somebody else on planet Earth listens to stuff besides you and I.
You ever listen to the Hard Rock and Trivia Show?
I didn't bring it up, but maybe I should have, And Danny's wearing his Hard Rock and Trivia shirt.
I
Shirt?
am, and I just bought 4 for my wife, her mother, and my 2 daughters.
Nice.
So they haven't been delivered yet. They're coming on Monday.
Yeah.
But-
About what? About $16-18 on T Public. A lot of good T-shirts there. So you can pick up our T-shirt and any band you can think of. You can probably, I don't know if they're illegal, but but they're pretty
They're
nice.
for sale.
Yeah, I got an Angel one that's really cool. But okay.
Cool.
And on that note, let's you guys get your pen and paper ready, and I'm gonna see if I can get some of these songs here for.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're gonna get at least 4.
All right, at least 4. All right. Let me
I didn't go out to make these more difficult than they need to be.
Good, then mine's super hard.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, I am ready. Here we go.
Down the road of 1,000 dreams. Oh, wake me up, I'm dreaming. Wake me up from a lighthouse spaceship. I'll send a beacon out to you. Into the challenges we face. Time, get in the ring. Get in the ring. Ain't it funny how you feel like dying? Ain't it funny how you feel?
The first and last one I got right away.
All right.
The ones in the middle, I think I know some of them, and some of them I was thinking about the song prior and I didn't get to it. So I got to play it again and see if I can get them. All right, here we go.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Down the road of 1,000 dreams. Oh, wake me up, I'm dreaming. Wake me up from a lighthouse spaceship. I'll send a beacon out to you. Into the challenges we face. Time, get in the ring. Get in the ring. Ain't it funny how you feel like dying? Ain't it funny how you feel?
All right, I am definitely not going 6 for 6. Definitely not, because
All
there's
right.
one I don't know. It sounds familiar, but I don't know it. Okay.
All right. So what do you think?
All right, here we go. Song number 1 is Trickster.
That is correct.
Song number 2, I believe, is Eclipse.
That is correct also. That
Song-
song's freaking
song-
awesome.
Song 3, Licorice Quartet.
That is correct also.
Yeah, here's number 4. This is the one. I don't know. It sounds familiar. God. Harem Scarum.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, that was a total guess.
I should have put them on my list of top AOR albums
All right.
because their Mood Swings is awesome.
Yeah. All right, so what is number 4?
Number 4 is the Mighty Toto.
Really? What song?
Great Expectations off of the album 14.
Damn it. Yeah.
That song is so freaking good. It's just all over the place, but
Yeah, my friend Greg would have got that right away.
yeah.
Damn it. In fact, we're going to see Aldo Nova in November, so Greg and I are. So
All right.
wait for
nice.
that one. Yeah, he's playing the Whiskey, so.
Okay.
I'm also going to go see, I got tickets for August 31st. Listen to this. KK's Priest and Accept at the Whiskey.
Ooh,
Small venue.
that is a small. Wow, that's going to be cool.
So, yeah, if you get a chance to see those two build together, they're playing small clubs. So,
Yeah, they're playing a place up in a town called Lidditz, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and a half from here.
I mean,
I don't know, man. If they were playing like in Baltimore or Philly, I'd be all over it.
if you could road trip it.
Yeah.
But Accept in a small club. And those two bands play festival stages in Europe. They're
yeah.
playing for 50,000 people. And here you're seeing in front of like 300 people. Could you imagine your balls to the wall? I mean, last time we saw Accept, I believe we saw them in the Reseda Country Club with Udo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty powerful.
Oh, man.
So they're probably going to be just the same.
That show, like, melted our faces. That's for sure.
It was great.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, I believe, is Danger, Danger, Get in the Ring.
That is correct.
I haven't heard that in a long time. And
Yeah.
number 6 is Enough's Enough.
All right. 5 for 6. Way
5
to
for
go.
6. So, not pretty good. That's going to be tough to beat. I don't think you're going to get 5 for 6, but I could be wrong because when I tell you what the theme is, that's a huge hint. All
Okay.
right, the theme for my 6 and 30 is all of these guys were once guitar players for Ozzy Osbourne, and it's the bands they're currently in now or have been in. So it's not Ozzy songs, but every artist in the 6 is guy who's
geez.
played guitar for Ozzy. So that really narrows it down if you know most of the people who played guitar for Ozzy. That makes it a little easier. It makes your guesses a little easier. So good luck. Good luck. Get your pen and pencil ready. And paper.
All right, here we go.
I couldn't love you any other way. Oh, and I don't care if you're changing your mind. Everybody's gone and drunk completely gone. My world is here. I cannot wait.
Eye for an eye, give me some proof. Speak up now.
Remember, you're going to give me the band that these guitar players were playing in. So if you
Right.
know the guitar players, you can figure out what bands they played in.
Right. I think I got 2 or maybe 3.
Yeah, one of them is super hard. Actually,
There's
2 of them
one-
are super hard, but
There's one. The third one, I can't remember the name.
yeah, when you give me the artist, if you can give me the guitar player as a bonus, just to see.
All right.
I mean, out of these guitar players, you probably know 4 of them very well, and the 2 other ones you might have heard of.
Okay. All right, let's listen one more time.
I couldn't love you any other way. Oh, and I don't care if you're changing your mind. Everybody's gone and drunk completely gone. My world is here. I cannot wait.
Eye for an eye, give me some proof. Speak up now.
All right, let's see. I think the first one is Red Dragon Cartel with Jakey Lee.
Correct.
The second one, not a clue.
All right.
Not a clue.
If I even give you the guitar player, I don't think you'd get it. It's Andrew Watt, who has played guitar on the last 2 Ozzy albums, and he's actually produced them as well. The guy singing on the songs is Glenn Hughes. So Andrew Watt and Glenn Hughes
Wow.
formed a band, and they only put out 1 record, and the record is great. The name of the band is California Breed.
Oh, geez.
Came out about 5-6 years ago. Probably one of the best things that Glenn Hughes has ever put out. It's
I
great.
remember you sent me that,
Yeah, it's really.
but I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, it'll blow your socks off. It's good.
All right, shoot. Okay, for 1 for 2. Is the third one Can't remember the name of the band. Was that Mark Torian's band?
No. You're going to kick yourself when I tell you who it is.
So what? That wasn't Bullet Boys.
No. Though I did consider that, but yeah.
I don't know. That was my guess.
Well, the name of the guitar player is Brad Gillis.
That was Night Ranger?
That was Night Ranger. The song was called Run for Your Life by Night Ranger.
Damn it. I have not heard that song.
Yeah, it's one of the newer albums.
Okay.
Now, this one you should get.
The next one, yeah, that's Black Label Society with Zach Wilde.
Correct.
Number 4.
Number five.
I have no clue on that one either.
You never heard that song?
No.
That was probably the guy playing guitar in there is a guy named Joe Holmes. He was one of the,
Okay.
he replaced Zach Wilde.
Right.
And he was in a band prior called Lizzie Borden,
Oh, jeez.
Me Against the World, which is the only song I really know by Lizzie Borden.
I wouldn't have known that one.
I didn't know Joe Holmes was in that band. That was a lucky thing for me. So you're at 2 for 5. What's number 6?
I think that's Old Quiet Riot.
You would be correct. The song is
Yes.
Eye for an Eye. That's Randy Rhoads playing on Quiet Riot 2.
Yeah,
I figured you'd get that one because
I had heard that song. It's been a long time, but it sounded old.
Yeah, and I tried to find something where it didn't sound like Kevin DeBro. He's got a pretty distinctive voice, so the gang vocals there. And you can if you listen to it back again, you could tell it's Kevin DeBro.
So 3 for 6.
3
Damn
for
it.
6. Pretty good, though.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but I was 5 for 6, so you know what that means.
Yeah.
I get to go out with Rick Springfield.
Yeah. All right. Good luck with that.
Woo! No, he's busy right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is much busier than I am.
He's going to get a nasty email after this show. Okay.
Ooh, I'm so miffed.
Dana, I'm very disappointed in you.
Shoot. Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Well, great job. That was a good 6 and 30.
Now, let's just jump right into rapid fire here.
All right.
All right, here we go. We're going to play some rapid fire where Danny and I fire off 3 questions at each other, and you guys at home, you try to answer all 6 and see if you're a genius or not. Sometimes the questions we ask are super difficult, and sometimes they're softballs. I think mine are not softballs at all. I think you're going to get 1, maybe.
You might get 2 of mine.
Okay, so a challenge for both of us. Okay.
All right.
You want to go
So
first?
question number 1 for you.
Okay.
It's the name game. Dun, 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 dun. Who is James Wilkinson?
James Wilkinson. Is he the son of the old Oklahoma football coach Bud Wilkinson?
Oh, so close. No.
I'm going to say, is it a bass player in Rage Against the Machine? I don't.
No, you know this guy very well.
James Wilkinson. Okay, what instrument does he play?
He's a singer.
He's a lead singer in a band, huh?
Bunch of bands. Well,
I'm going to say, is it Jizzy Pearl?
that is correct.
Yeah, but I missed it already. Damn it.
Yeah.
And I
Jizzy Pearl.
think I looked that up like a couple days ago and totally forgot. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah,
There
'cause
you go.
I should have known because I sent Danny a link that I guess Jizzy Pearl's now on YouTube, or he's been on YouTube for a couple of years, and he does a little show for like these little 10-minute shows. And he's a pretty intelligent guy and pretty.
Oh, yeah. Well, he knows the industry in and out. That's for sure.
So if you want to learn something, listen to Jizzy, and he's entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was a guy also strapped himself to the Hollywood sign. Didn't go as planned. But he got arrested. But I think he goes into that in one of those videos. But
Of course he did.
yeah, what a fool. But yeah, people don't realize how many bands Jizzy's been in.
Yeah,
I mean, can you name some of the bands he's been in?
of course.
All right, go for it.
Love Hate was my favorite.
Yeah.
He's been in Quiet Riot.
Yep.
Wasn't he in Rat?
Yep. There's one more.
Uh,
Sunset Strip Band, too. And he recorded an album with them.
I don't know.
L.A. Guns.
Okay.
So he's been a replacement singer quite a bit.
Yeah.
And when
I like the video you sent me where he talks about, hey, man, you gotta really want it, because once you get it, it will eat you alive. Talking about being a lead singer gig,
Yeah. Yeah, because every time,
especially with a bigger band.
yeah, I mean, everybody's replaced. It doesn't sound like these guys, but especially, I mean, Rat. You know, you don't have to be a great singer being Rat, but nobody sounds like Steven, so you're not going to get.
Yeah,
And
he
Ellie-
was great in Quiet Riot.
Yeah, he does fantastic. And
I
LA
saw him
Guns.
at M3 last year with Quiet Riot. He was great.
Yeah. And LA Guns, Phil Lewis has his distinctive voice too. But Jizzy's a good singer. He can get away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, pulling off the Kevin DeBro stuff was hard.
Part of what I love about Love Hate is his voice.
Here's a bonus trivia question for you. When Jizzy Pro was the lead singer of Rat, who was the rhythm guitar player?
John Corabi.
Yep. Correct. Yep. Yeah, that
Ding, ding, ding.
I would have liked to seen that. I mean, it wouldn't have sounded like Rat, but I would like to see it. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for your question?
Yep.
This is a tough one. This one I learned I didn't know this, but it's pretty hard. It's going to be a pretty difficult one. Okay, when Randy Rhoads died, the Ozzy Osbourne band took a 2-week break, and the band promised this guitar player the gig, but Jet Records had already promised the gig to somebody else who happened to be Bernie Torme, so Bernie Torme got the gig. Who is the guitar player they promised the gig and didn't get it? And it's a guy, and it's a guy who played lead guitar in an LA band that was not. They had some albums out, but it never really went anywhere. But you've heard the name, and he's related to somebody famous. I kind of just gave it away.
I'm gonna say Rudy Sarzo's brother.
Correct. It's Robert Sarzo. I didn't know
Yes.
that. As soon as I gave you that hint, I knew I blew it.
Yeah, I knew he was. I knew he was offered, or they were talking about him getting the gig, and I knew he never got it. But I didn't know that he was like promised the gig.
Yeah, and
Sir Rudy was all about it.
yeah, the record company said no. And record company screwed up. Bernie Torme did 7 shows and got replaced.
With Brad Gillis.
Yep. And Brad only did it for a short time, and he left, and then Rudy left.
Right.
All right.
Then they brought in Jake.
Jake was great. Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah?
Jake got screwed over with the contracts and didn't get the credit he deserved
Yeah.
because he brought in all that music for Bark at the Moon.
I'm sure that well, I know he's not really happy, but I'm sure that was a lot of Sharon's doing.
Of course. Sharon was the daughter of Don Arden, who was famous for screwing bands over
Yeah.
at Jet Records.
And we come full circle.
Yes, we do.
All right, let's see. Question number 2 for you. Who are the only original members remaining in Queensryche?
Oh, I think you've asked this before. There's only 2 guys left.
Yeah.
Eddie Jackson, the bass player, and Michael Wilton, right?
That is correct. Yes. If I asked you that before, it's been a while.
That's okay. We do this all the time. You know what happens? We're getting up there in age. We're not super old, but we're not as old as Rick Springfield. Okay.
Yeah.
But we look worse than Rick Springfield. Okay.
Way worse. So we got that going for us.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I was looking that up because Queensryche is playing here in Wilmington in October, and I'm probably going to go see them.
Yeah, if it's close enough, and like I told Danny, if the price is right, go.
Yeah, I'm not paying $150 to go watch Queensryche, but
No. But
if they're playing the Warning album, that'll be sweet.
yeah, if they're playing for 30, I would go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 2 for you. How many members of Rough Cut were previously in Mickey Rat or Rat? So how many members of Rough Cut have played in Rat? There's only 5 guys in Rough Cut, so
I'm going to say 3.
you would be correct.
Yes.
You're 2 for 2.
Yes.
You were killing it. I had no idea. See, I thought you'd get 1. You've already got 2, and I've only asked you 2 questions.
That one was a guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the guys who have been in both bands are Dave Alford, the drummer, Chris Hagar, guitar player, and and Matt Thorne, who is the current bass player with Stephen Piercy.
Nice.
All right, so 3 guys from Rough Cut. And Rat, there's a whole Rat Rough Cut thing. There are a lot of guys that have been in Rat, so.
Wonder who, where the one other guitar player for Rough Cut, what is it, Amir Dekra? Where he is. 'Cause
His
he
name
was
is
good.
Amir Durak.
Okay.
He's an Orgy. After Rough Cut, he joined this band called Orgy, who had like 2 hits. There was a 90s kind of a industrial, I don't know what to call them, but I think he's still playing with them. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Amir Durak, great rock name, and that's his real name too. Durak.
Well, it's not like Derock. It's like Indian
Yeah,
or
I
Pakistani or
think
something.
he's Persian. So yeah, it's a Persian spelling of his name, but Durak, great name.
Yeah.
Good.
Good guitar player.
Rough. You know, Rough Cut. You know what their highest charting album was? They only had 2 of them. Which one do you think it was?
I'm going to guess, well, I love the Rough Cut Wants You, but I'm going to guess it was the other one.
Yeah, it's the first one, and it went to 201. So it didn't even chart in the top 200. And the second album, which I love, didn't even chart.
Shoot, I should have thought about that one for my top
But that's not
10 AOR albums because I love that album.
that's not an AOR album at all, though.
Hey, don't be saying what's an album and what's not. This is my fucking list.
We haven't
Don't even try it.
We haven't even got to your list, but Rough Cut is
I know, but
not
I already can tell. That's not AOR. Don't even.
Okay, well, you know, it's
My
like
list is as AOR as I want it to be.
okay, because yeah, I just saw people were arguing about hair bands and top 10 hair bands, and people put these names down, and half the people said, "Well, I don't consider that a hair band, and that's not a hair band," and people were getting all this discussion. So I'm sure we're going to get into it with our AOR / Melodic Rock. All right, but we're still doing rapid fire. So
Right.
is it my turn?
All right.
My turn to ask, or your turn?
Well, that was question 2 from you, right?
Yeah.
So
your turn.
I'm 2 for 2. So
Here.
who?
Oh, go ahead.
Question 3 for you. Who is the oldest member of Iron Maiden?
Ooh. I'm going to say it's
Oldest.
Nico McBrain.
That is correct. He is at least 4 years older than anybody else.
And the only reason I would guess that is there is also on YouTube and on our playlist, he's playing with Pat Travers in like 1976.
Jeez.
Something like that. So, yeah, there's video of that. So he's been around. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Iron Maiden wasn't, well, they were an idea in Steve Harris's head, I think, in 1976.
Well, he's been in Iron Maiden for like 42 years.
And it's weird watching the Pat Travers video because you can see him playing.
What?
In Iron Maiden, you can't see. It's just a bunch of drums.
Yeah.
So
You guess he's playing back there.
they should turn him sideways like they do in Stripe or Night Ranger so you can actually see him play.
I guess.
He could
Or
be
have
back
him
there playing a track and eating a sandwich. We'd never know.
He may not even be there. They just put a balloon head up.
That's right.
Well,
Or like one of
bonus
those
question. Bonus question: who's the youngest?
youngest. Jeez. They're all old codgers.
Oh yeah, they're older than us. That's for sure.
I'm gonna say it's Steve Harris.
No, it is Bruce.
Bruce? Okay.
Bruce Dickinson. Yep, he's 2 years younger than Steve.
Okay. My next guess will write one Dave Murray. But, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Question 3, and I think this is the hardest of my 3 because you've been killing it, but it's not impossible though. You might get it. I'm going to give you 4 names. Okay. Greg Chazon, Rick Fox, Mitch Perry, and Mark Edwards were all short-time members of this band that moved from Nashville in 1981 to the Sunset Strip, where they blew up and got a record deal. This band only lasted for 3 years, and then they broke up. But it's a band you've heard of. I gave you some members who were in it, but I didn't give you the prominent names. Name the band.
Badlands.
Incorrect.
Damn it. Ugh.
Badlands came out after that. Badlands was late 80s. 81 to 84, they had 2 prominent members in that band. They only lasted 3 years, and they're from Nashville originally.
How many albums?
1.
One album? Shit.
And we all thought they were going to be the biggest of all of the Sunset Strip bands, and it turned out they weren't.
I have no idea.
I'll give you one of the guys. The lead singer was a guy named Ron Keel.
Oh,
And
Steeler.
Yep, Steeler and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie, yep.
They came there and blew up. And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
brought Yngwie and they really blew up, and it just didn't happen for some reason. Yngwie, I guess, got a big ego. And when Yngwie left, they replaced him with Mitch Perry and then another guy, and they just started going through too many people in a short 3-year period. And
Yeah.
Ron Keel formed his own band, Keel, and everybody else went their own ways. So. But apparently, Ron Keel's got a new album called Keel World coming out, where all his old bands are putting some of their songs on a new album. So there's actually a Steeler song on this album.
Okay.
Some of the guys were in Steeler, and there's a Keel song, and there's even a Ronnie Lee Keel country song. So that'll be interesting. Keel World by Ron
it'll be
Keel.
something. All right.
You know I'm going to check it out and
Absolutely.
send it your way. So we'll see.
All right.
So you missed that one. So you're still 2 for 3.
Nice. And you were 2 for 3 also. You got the second 2 song questions.
Hey, a tie.
Wow.
So,
4 for 6. We're doing all right.
yeah, we're doing good in the first 2 bits there, but too bad we're not competing on the last bit. So we're going to give you, we're going to probably argue a little bit apparently. We're going to, when we come back off this break, we're going to give you our top 10 AOR/melodic rocks albums that we think should have been bigger. So nothing that went triple platinum or anything like that. So stuff,
Right.
maybe 1 or 2 went gold, and I'm sure some of these bands you've heard of, some of them you hadn't. So let's go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do our top 10 melodic rock AOR albums that we think should have been bigger. And I'm sure we're going to argue about that's not melodic rock, or that's not AOR, but this is my effing list. So,
Yeah, and goes a wide range. I know my list goes from the 70s all the way through the 90s for sure. Actually, I got an album in the 2000s, so it goes all over the place.
Mine's a lot more recent. Mine's from the earliest is 92 up to 2021.
Okay, so maybe we won't have that many repeats.
Maybe not. We'll see. But I'm sure you're going to say something like, "Oh yeah, damn, that should be." Oh, I just thought of like Touch. Oh Jesus.
Okay.
All right. Well, here we go. All right. So I started putting mine in numerical order 1 through 10, but then I said, screw that, because they could all be. It wouldn't really matter because these are all like my top 10. And
we're hoping that you guys maybe write down something that sounds interesting to you and maybe go listen to it on Spotify or go buy it. Or because some of these are obscure. Well, I guess we're going to find out, Dan. What's the first one you're going to give us?
All right, the first one, mine from 1992, is Trickster's Here album. I love that album from start to finish, every song. And I read some of the reviews that just blasted it. But I love it. I love every song on the album.
Okay.
Should
Yeah,
have been way bigger.
Yeah, we've done a whole comprehensive thing on that album. I do like that album quite a bit. I know it underperformed because their first album, I think, went platinum. The second one here didn't do as well. It's a good, solid record. I like that. I could see somebody checking that one out. Nothing wrong with that. So what I call the AOR, melodic rock, yeah, I think so. There's enough harmony in there. I would throw that. So you're not wrong on that one. All right, so here.
All right, let's see how wrong you are on your first
Okay,
choice.
this one's going to bring back some memories for you. And I just re-listened. I hadn't listened to this album in a long time. From number 10, this is a Canadian band. It released, I think, 3 or 4 records.
Of course it is.
From 1980. The name of the album is Love Crimes by Harlequin.
Oh, man, that's a great album.
Yep, see?
Yeah.
When was the last time you actually listened to that thing?
Oh, I don't know. I know a couple of songs off that, but I don't know that I could. I don't remember listening to the entire thing.
Yeah, Thinking of You.
Yeah.
When I listened to that, that's the one I really remembered. And
does that one have Heaven on it?
Dial 999.
Yeah.
Heaven. See? But there's when I listened to it again, there was like, oh my God, this one's good too, and this one's good too.
Yeah.
I forgot how good it was. So yeah.
Nice.
Harlequin Love Crimes. Good luck finding that one. You might find it on Spotify. I don't know, but
maybe.
Yeah. So mine are going to be more obscure. Would you agree that's an AOR album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So we're doing good so far. We're not wrong yet.
All right. All right, my next one, which maybe it's not particularly number 9. It's probably like number 2 or 3 on my list. But from 1993 is Spilt Milk from Jellyfish. Now, I could have actually picked either Jellyfish album and been more than happy, but you said only one album per band, so there you go.
Yeah, I want
Spilt
to give some love to some other people out there. So, by the way, what was the name of the first belly? Oh, it was Belly Button.
Belly
wasn't it?
Button.
Let me
Yeah.
quick make a change to my list here. Belly Button. Okay, so you might hear about Jellyfish again in the future. Okay. All right, my
Yeah,
number.
there's some songs on that Spilt Milk that just unbelievable.
Yeah, melodic, power pop. The songs are just great songs. This band should have been, and they got a push. They opened for Alanis Morissette on her big tour, but I just
They should have been huge, but I think they were a little too out there and weird.
Yeah, they're out there and weird, and they're more pop oriented, and rock radio was more into the grunge, stripped off, no solos, no.
Screw that, man. Just make some good music.
They missed the boat. They went too extreme the other way. If they'd have just like the old days in the 70s, you got a little of this, a little of that, more variety. But in the 90s now, it's pretty much we're depressed. So yeah, Jellyfish is not depressing music at all. Even though the lyrics are kind of dark in certain areas.
Oh
the
man,
the music is poppy.
Listen to Fan Club. You
Yeah.
think join in a fan club with my friend? Oh my God! Listen to the verses.
I'm stabbing my girlfriend. Oh no.
It is about the rough underbelly of the music biz. So
Yeah,
it's
and
such a great song.
Yeah, it is fantastic. People out there, go check that one out.
Yeah, just check out any Jellyfish.
All right, number 9 for me, and I know you're going to agree with this one because you saw this tour and I didn't. Toto from 1985, Isolation. My favorite Toto album, and the only one to feature Fergie Ferguson from LaRue.
Yep, great album. I will not say anything bad about any Toto album ever. So Isolation is top to bottom, great album.
And this one came out it was the next album after 4, which was a monster album. And I think the record company really dropped the ball because the 2 singles they released were not even close to being the best songs on that record. And they really blew it. And
Well, they could have released any song. I mean, in my opinion, they could have released any song. I mean,
Stranger
what
in
was it,
Town,
Stranger in Town?
That was the first one. And they had this weird video with Jesus and
Yeah.
I don't. It's a good song, but I wouldn't have released that one first.
No, I would have released Carmen.
Carmen was a single too. But
Or Angel Don't Cry or
Lion.
Any of
And Jeff Scott Soto so far agrees with us because I saw he put a 10 albums that he can't live without. He mentioned Jellyfish and he mentioned Toto Isolation. So Jeff knows his music. So
Oh yeah, he does.
all right,
He's probably sang on with most of those bands anyway. So
probably.
anyway, all right, my next one, and again, mine aren't in any particular order, but this one's a little on the harder side. This is from 2012, Eclipse, Bleed and Scream, which I went through a couple of different Eclipse albums, and this one's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, Eclipse is a little heavier, newer band, but definitely melodic rock for sure. The choruses check all the boxes. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they've been on the Monster. You can really only see them in the U.S. and the Monsters of Rock cruises. They seem to show up every other year. And
Yeah, they're a Swedish band.
yeah.
Swedish,
I think
yeah.
the only way we're really going to see them, Danny, is if we fly over to Europe one of these summers and follow bands around and go see a bunch of shows. But
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
All right.
I'm not as big a fan as you are, but I could recommend every one of them.
Yep.
Is it Eric Martinson?
Yeah, he's the main guy, and he does a bunch of other stuff, but he's the main guy in Eclipse.
Yeah.
He's a singer. He does the guitar.
Fantastic songwriter. Fantastic
Yeah, absolutely.
singer. Doesn't stink. All right. My number 8 is from a band that you referenced in your 6 and 30. Came out in 1991 by the band Enough's Enough. The album, Strength.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Enough's Enough.
Yeah, their first album blew up immediately. Fantastic album. Love it. But Strength is a darker album for sure. But the songs, oh God. Definitely Beatle
Yeah.
influence for sure. But the songs, Donnie V, fantastic songwriter. They always say it's
Great
Donnie
singer.
and Chip, but I think it's more Donnie, and Chip kind of helps out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally agree with that. Strength is a really good album. We might hear about this band in a little while.
sure, yeah, you might have to change an album. Or yeah.
No.
Enough's fantastic. Yeah, I could have picked four albums from this band easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to go back, and I haven't listened to them in a while. I have to go back and listen again. So,
All right, my next one, and we may have a disagreement on whether this is AOR or not, but from 2021 is Mammoth's first album.
no,
Song on that. Nope,
No.
I'm not listening to you. I'm drowning you out. This is a great album. There's all kinds of melodies all over it. So up your butt.
okay. Disagree with you. Yeah, great album for sure. Love it. More hard rock / alternative leaning. I don't think it's melodic rock at all, but it's great. I can't argue with you that. But when I think more keyboardy, more poppy. But okay, we disagree on that one. That's okay.
Okay, well, we can do that, but I'm right.
But my number 7, which is even more right, and you've already mentioned this album before on this show, from 1993, their second album. It's called Mood Swings by Harum Scarum,
Yeah.
which is really melodic rock.
Yeah, whatever. You said Mood Swings?
Mood Swings,
Yeah, that's probably their
greatest for sure.
their best. I mean, you got some of the other albums that are just, to me, just as good, but Mood Swings is like their pinnacle, I think.
Mood Swings was so good they re-recorded it and put it out as Mood Swings 2. And it's not identical, but pretty close. I did that for, I guess they maybe got screwed by their old record company. So like, we're going to re-record this almost exactly, and they did put it out. So
Yeah, I could pick just about any Harum Scarum album.
yeah, except for that Rubber stuff, I couldn't.
Yeah, Rubber, they went a little bit more in the grunge and
Yeah, the
a little less
alternative.
melodic, alternative, and just
Skip those.
it wasn't horrible, but it was definitely not Harum Scarum.
Yeah, I listened to both those Rubber albums once, and it's like, okay.
Enough of that.
But listen to Mood Swings. We're telling you. Oh, great melodic power ballad. If There Was a Time.
Oh man, great song.
I told my buddy, put your headphones on, listen to that one. The whole
There was
song.
a time. Oh man,
It
it's such a great-
it starts off nice and mellow and just gets better and better and better. And actually, there's a video for it too. So
And if you're looking for a guitar hero that probably no one's really ever heard of,
Pete,
Harum Scarum's, that's the deal. Pete Lesperance, or
yep,
unbelievable.
he's on Instagram too. You can follow him. Unbelievable. Him and Harry Hess, great writing team.
Yep. And their drummer went on to sing for Red Dragon Cartel.
Correct, who we heard earlier. So.
Yep. So this show is coming all full circle.
And what makes them melodic rock is, when those three guys are playing together, guess who's singing those background vocals? They're singing
They're all singing.
Three-part harmony. If the bass player's singing, all of them are singing.
Man, I wish there was a chance of seeing Harum Scarum in the U.S., but apparently there's all kinds of issues with passports or visas or whatever. I don't give work it out.
There's been a lot of these Canadian artists are having a tough time coming to the U.S. Like if they got some kind of drug or alcohol or something in their past, they can't come to the U.S. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't heard really anything that they had any drug issues, but I don't care about any of that shit. I just love their music.
I know it's harder because like the Helix guys and the Honeymoon Suite guys have mentioned. Yeah, it's hard getting to the States. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next one, sir?
All right, my next one is the Volume 1 from 2020 from Licorice Quartet.
Ooh, good one.
It's only 4 songs, but they're so great. Every one of them. It's like what I think Jellyfish would be, down the road.
Well,
what would have happened?
The three, they're called a quartet, but the three guys are from Jellyfish.
Right. Yeah. Keyboards, guitars, and bass are from Jellyfish, but still,
And they,
so great.
yeah, three guys. They all sing lead vocals in this, and there's 3 EPs, 4 songs each. You can go on YouTube and look up Licorice Quartet, and most of the songs are videos, and
it's not the movie from the 60s.
no, mind blowing good stuff. If you like that kind of
Poppy.
great vocals, great strong song structure. This is good.
If you like
songs.
Jellyfish at all,
Yeah, Licorice Quartet.
Licorice Quartet's the next thing.
Can't go wrong.
Yep.
All right.
Your next one.
Number 6, a band that you've seen and probably haven't thought about in ages. From 1982, their second album, Below the Belt, Frankie and the Knockouts.
Oh man, such a great album.
Yeah, Shakedown and they get the hard stuff. Then their first hit was called Sweetheart. That's one people know. And they put out 3 albums and disbanded after that. Tico Torres from Bon Jovi was on albums 2 and 3. He's on this one. But there's Frankie, the lead singer, went on to write a couple songs for the Dirty Dancing soundtrack that really blew up. So
Yeah.
he got paid. So the songs you know from that movie, he probably wrote them.
And apparently, he has a big boost in income around February, March timeframe when he gets his residual checks from Sweetheart being played so much.
Yeah. And like
Great song.
And Dirty Dancing is always on cable, so you know he's getting a check from that. It's ridiculous.
So do you remember who we saw them open for?
I saw them open twice. I saw them open for Toto, and I saw them open for April Wine, right?
Yep. That's the show I went to.
God, they were good.
At Merriweather. Yeah.
Both the shows at Merriweather, fantastic. I wish that band would have got bigger.
Why didn't I go to that Toto show?
I was third row for that too. I don't think you were a big Toto guy at the time. And maybe you couldn't do it, and maybe it's during the week. I went with my then girlfriend back then. We were third row. I didn't even go for, I went for Frankie and the Knockouts. I didn't go for Toto. Turns out Toto was pretty damn good. So
yeah.
it's like when I saw Loverboy at Merriweather Post. The opening band was a band who had like one minor hit, Huey Lewis in the News. So turned out to be a great show. So
then what happened?
You just never, our next album they blow up. So you just never know. So kids out there, always go see the opening act because they might be big.
Absolutely.
Here's a weird one. I went to a show in Orange County. I saw Saigon Kick in front of 20 people in this small little club, and it was a room. It wasn't even a stage. So they're on the one side of the room playing, and we're all sitting in like beach chairs watching Saigon Kick. I'm sitting there like 15 feet from them. Opening band, Alice in Chains, who nobody knew, but they were good. So you just never know. Always go for the opening band. Even if you hadn't heard of them, they might be great. Just don't know.
And then the one that I came to visit you in California, and we saw Ted Nugent with Black and Blue opening, and the opener, Little Guys called Guns N' Roses.
Yep, so you never know.
You never know. We thought they sucked so bad.
I didn't think they sucked. I thought there was something there. We didn't love them, but there's something there.
It's kind of like an Aerosmith kind of thing going on. But
well, it worked. The people were definitely into them.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
all right, my next one is a little bit more obscure from 2014. The album's called Framework from Work of Art.
Work of Art. Okay.
Work of Art. And these guys, they sound a lot like Toto.
Are they British or Swedish?
I think they're Swedish. They're kind of in the same, not quite as heavy as Eclipse, but man, their songs are great.
Yeah, so Danny's definitely going for the newer melodic rock, minus Wolfie. And I'm definitely, so far, I'm going for the older stuff. So, hey, a nice little mix there. We're not...
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Work of Art, I have those, but I've never really listened to them, so...
Yeah, listen, if you're going to listen to one album, listen to Framework. It's great.
Oh, somebody online on one of these groups on Facebook. But Danny's not on Facebook anymore. But I have a hard rock and trivia show thing on Facebook. So a guy recommended a melodic rock album called I think it's Eye to Eye by a band called 220 Volt. I think they're Dutch or Swedish from the 80s. And I had heard of this band, never heard the album. It turned out it was pretty good. It's like,
Nice. 220
220 Volt. It's like, okay. You've probably seen their album covers, but just never really listened to it.
I think I've seen them in my list of bands. You know, when I open my music app, you know, they're one of the first ones because it goes alphabetical when numbers are first. So,
But and when you go through the Eye to Eye from 1988, pretty good stuff.
all right,
Definitely melodic rock for sure.
I will check that out.
All right, number 5. This one is the only one you might say is not melodic or AOR. Came out in 2002 by a brand new solo artist. His debut album is called Left of Self-Centered by Butch Walker.
Oh, God damn it.
I think the songs in this album, even though Butch is not big on this album, I guess because it underperformed for him, but I think the songs are great.
Well, I can't say that about, I can't say anything bad about pretty much any of Butch Walker's albums, but
Oh, I can. That one.
I think he's a little more alternative than AOR, but
even
I'm a huge fan. I've probably seen him 10 times.
Oh, he certainly went that alternative route. He's gone the country route. There's a couple of ones that are too country-ish for me. But this one is like almost like Marvelous 3 territory. Yeah, Marvelous 3, their second album is definitely alt rock for sure, but Ready, Sex, Go is melodic rock with big choruses. And I think this one picks up after that because the next one he changed directions. But the second album is good, but this one for me is the one, it for me. Even though Butch doesn't like it, I like it. Left of Self-Centered.
Yeah, I like I really do like all of Butch Walker's albums. Every one just.
Yeah, and they're different. They're not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is maybe why he's not bigger than he is. Because Americans are not great. Same thing with Extreme. If you're too diverse, they tend to shy away from him. I guess Queen's the only one who can really get away with it and be massive. So who knows?
I guess. Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, Butch Walker, you can't go wrong with any of his albums, really.
Yeah.
My next one is from 2015, and it's a band we've already mentioned, but a different album. I'm saying Toto album 14.
Toto 14. Okay.
Toto 14.
I'm sure Greg out there, Greg Taylor in Simi Valley agrees with you. I couldn't name one song off of this. Sorry.
It's a really different album. It's still Toto, and it's great. But the idea was these are albums that should have been bigger, and I think this one should have blown up but people aren't into this kind of music. They want the beat with a voice that's.
Who's singing lead on this one? Joseph Williams?
Yeah.
Joseph's not looking so good, boy. So
No, he's getting a little bigger and older, but still can sing.
hey, aren't we all?
Yeah, a little bigger, a little older. Yeah.
Actually, you're looking pretty good, though. I don't know. You've been running around. You don't look that big.
Getting down there.
Okay, because I've noticed you. Yeah, I mean, you better start looking good because your wife's hanging around with Rick Springfield. You better be looking good when she comes through those doors.
Man, tell me about it.
Jeez.
She's going to get home tonight and go, God, I left that for this. Ugh.
Yeah, but you're warm.
Yeah.
He's a cold
That's right.
fish. Yeah. Unbelievable.
All right, so Toto 14. Check it out.
Okay. All right, my number 4, which I had to pull an audible there. It is Jellyfish again, but this time it is Belly Button. Because I could have picked either one as well. Jellyfish only came out with 2 full-length studio albums. And yeah, this is their debut. Baby's coming back. Oh my God.
Babe's coming back on my best behavior.
Every song is great. And with these guys, happy music, sometimes disturbing lyrics, but you don't really feel it that way because you're really not paying attention because you're so damn happy.
Because you're happy as you're loading your gun.
And these guys also had a silly look to them too. They're whimsical. And
Yeah.
this is when Nirvana broke and Seattle. They're definitely the opposite of that. That's probably
Yeah, they are not shoegazers.
Yeah.
In the least.
Yeah, and they're top-notch musicians too. Not like a lot of the not saying all the Seattle bands, but certain Seattle bands weren't that great with their instruments.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain was a mediocre guitar player at best.
Yeah, definitely. But
He wrote good songs.
he's a good songwriter, so it worked. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
All right.
belly
The
bit.
next
Get
one
it.
for me, and again, these aren't in any order, so I would put this a little bit lower, but I love this band too, the band Wet,
Okay.
and the album is Retransmission from 2021. Now, this is Eric Martinson from Eclipse, Jeff Scott Soto, and Wet is an acronym for,
And the work of art guy, right?
yeah.
So-
So that's where the Wet comes from. Work of Art, Eclipse, and Talisman, which was Jeff Scott Soto's band before. So that's where they get that Wet. And Retransmission is just, I think all their albums are good. They're very melodic, hard rock, kind of in the same vein as Eclipse. So if you think of Eclipse with Jeff Scott Soto singing, you kind of got it.
Think solid songs, good choruses, and
Absolutely.
great vocalists.
Yep.
Okay, can't go wrong there. So most of yours are Melodic Rock AOR. You only slipped up once, Dan.
I don't think I did. But anyway, continue.
All right, my top three are all older albums, and I'm sure you know them. Okay, at number 3, coming in from 1979, the very debut album, the first album from New England,
Oh, man.
produced by Paul Stanley.
You could have picked any New England album.
Yeah, I certainly could have, but this one's. In fact, I think somebody just did an article in Classic Rock on this particular album and band.
Their debut?
Yeah, their debut, which was their highest, it went up to number 50 on the charts. They had a top 40 single, which went to 40. Don't Ever Want to Lose You.
That was a
But
great song.
yeah, and then they had to switch record companies, and then Elektra, they went to Elektra and they dropped the ball. And
New England should have been huge.
yeah,
Really should've.
because their second album didn't chart in the 200, and they said their third album they did it in 2 weeks, and Todd Rundgren produced that one, and they just didn't. Just bad timing, and the band just kind of broke up, and they all went their separate ways.
Yeah. Didn't two of the guys go be in Alcatraz with Ingve?
Yeah. In fact, they were with Vinnie Vincent before that. Three
Yeah,
of them went.
Warrior.
Yeah, Warrior, Vinnie Vincent, and 3 guys from New England was Warrior. Then Vinnie left, and then the 2 guys went to Alcatraz. So they're all kind of, sort of still around. I think the lead singer John Fannin went on to do like commercial ads and stuff like that. And so he worked in the music industry and made a nice living at it, but I don't think he did anything.
Yeah, it's too bad. They were a great band.
I was happy. At least I got to see them. They're great. So definitely a melodic rock band, New England.
All right. My next one's on the harder rock side from 2002. This is The Return of the Great Gildersleeves by Danger Danger.
Definitely.
Good Lord, that whole album is just fantastic.
Yeah, Paul Lane. I mean, people think of Ted Poley, he's the voice of Danger Danger, but when he left, those Paul Lane records were pretty strong. Both of them.
Absolutely.
Can't go wrong with either one of them.
I think they really serioused up with Paul Lane. The first couple albums are all just party, sex, drinking, and all that stuff. But Great Gildersleeves is such a good album.
Yeah, can't go wrong. If you can find them. I don't know if you can find them. Because once Ted Poley rejoined, they kind of don't really talk about those 2 albums. Actually, there's 3. But they're all solid. Actually, even the more recent Danger albums, can't even say that, are pretty good. So
Yeah.
I agree with you 1,000%. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2. If you guys know me on Facebook, my logo is an angel. And for me, there's only out of the first 2 Angel albums are more proggy.
You're pushing the edge there. with
Okay,
Angel.
and their 5th album is definitely AOR, which is Sinful. But I picked the 4th one, which is White Hot.
Okay.
So that's my number 4.
All right,
Number
you're-
2. Oh, come on, Angel.
You were
Why
right
not?
on the edge of being AOR Melodic
A
Rock.
lot more AOR than Wolfgang Van Halen, but okay. Well, people out there can argue over it on Facebook and anyone, but that's
Whatever.
mine.
All right.
doesn't-
Well, that's a great album. I'll give you that.
Doesn't suck.
Nope.
Not even my favorite Angel album. I don't know why I picked that one. I should have picked Sinful, but I went with White Hot. Can't go wrong. Go check it out. It's pretty good. No
You would
reason.
say any Angel album, just like I would say any Toto album. So,
Yeah.
all right. And my last one, it may be my number 1, but it's, I don't know. It may not be better than Spilt Milk or, I don't know. Anyway, my top one, you brought this band up before, but I'm picking a different album. This is from 1999. This is Enough's Enough album, Paraphernalia.
Oh, it's one of the ones I looked at.
Oh man, their song "Ain't It Funny" is one of my all-time favorite songs. Absolutely.
Is Johnny Monaco playing on that record?
Yeah. Yeah, and it is so freaking good. The whole album is just top to bottom. So that might have been my number 1 melodic rock album. It should have been bigger.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%. You know, Johnny Monaco has a solo album that just came out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely in the power pop area. Even though he's playing with Stephen Pearcy now, his solo stuff is definitely right up your alley.
Well, I have not heard it.
Yeah, he's got 1 or 2 videos. I'll send them your way so you can see them.
All
if
right.
you like it, buy it from Johnny. Johnny will send it. Johnny lives in Vegas. He'll sign it for you and send it off. So, you know, support our local musicians out there. They're still trying to
Yeah.
make a living.
Especially good ones.
Yeah, he's great too. All right, my number 1, and I know you're going to agree 1,000%. You have mentioned that this album on this show, and I think you said "damn" after it. Number 1 from 1980, "Touch" by the band Touch.
Oh man, I don't know how I could have forgotten and left them off my list, but
This
yeah,
is
1,000%. The man, every song on that, you could have picked either Touch album,
yeah.
either one.
And this is the band that famously their lead singer swallowed a bee at the first Castle Donington. So,
Yep.
And I got in a discussion with a guy who used to work or write for Krang, as a Howard Johnson. I don't know if you remember him from Krang. But he just started a podcast, I think started yesterday.
Okay.
It's called Hojo and his other buddy's name. And one of the things they're talking about is, what do you want us to talk about on our podcast? And I brought up this album. And he started talking about Donington, and he's going to get Mark Mangold on the show and talk about Touch. And yeah.
Wow.
And
And where did all of Mark Mangold's shirt buttons go?
I brought that up because you brought that up, because in that one video where he's like, yeah, it's on the American Tears Last Chance for Love, which is on the Touch album, but he's got that 70s disco open shirt, hairy chest thing going on.
Yeah,
It looks
every time you see him, even live shows, you see him, the button, his shirt's unbuttoned down to his belly button.
Maybe that's how he attracts the ladies. I don't know. Whatever works.
Maybe that's the only way he can play keyboards.
Maybe. Well,
His shirt
whatever.
op-
The guy's had a long ass career for
Yeah,
writing songs and playing albums. So I think he lives in Switzerland, Sweden, or someplace up there. But he still makes music and puts it out there, because there is a third Touch album. It came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good album, not nearly as good as the first two, I don't think.
Was
but-
it Diving for Pearls also his too?
No, not time. It was Drive, She Said.
Was it Drive, She Said? Okay. Why am I
Or
thinking?
Driving and Crying. No, it
No,
was
that's
Drive,
not
She
Driving
Said.
and Crying, but it's one of those kind of sort of things. I'm sure when the show's off, we'll look it up and go, oh, we're idiots.
Yeah.
But, Mark Mangold, monster keyboard player, everybody should know. And the first Touch album, in fact, my friend Greg texted me about 6 months ago, said, hey, man, this Touch album is good. I'm like, yeah, I told you that about 25 years ago. And he just figured it out.
Wow.
Way to go, Greg.
Yeah.
2024 figured out that first Touch album is great. And there's a second Touch album which never really got the proper release, but it has been out since then. It's more of a demo form. There's a couple okay songs in there, but yeah. And
their song "So High."
Oh.
That's another one of my all-time favorite songs.
Oh, so good. And
I should put together like a top AOR or Dan's top AOR songs. Those two would be on it.
and leave off the Mammoth Mammoth song.
I'm gonna leave off all the fucking Angel too.
Oh, come on! If you want to,
No.
Angel's much more AOR than.
Right.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm not saying the talent's there for Wolfie, but he ain't AOR at all. Anyway, but I think Touch is reuniting and playing the Firefest in England.
What?
Yeah, I believe they're reuniting original lineup and playing like a one-off show at the
Whoa.
Firefest. That's the one that Ham Scarum has done a couple times. It's called
Right.
Firefest. It's pretty much played in a club, and it's like 2 or 3 days of like 12 bands and.
Wow.
Oh man.
See, I'd go to something like that. These giant festivals where you're there with 300,000 people. That doesn't interest me anymore.
No,
Unless you could sit get a VIP booth and just hang out.
or they got a section where you can go in and get close. Some of these things you can pay an up charge and you get close, but
Yeah, like Rocklahoma does that.
yeah, but that's
But
prior.
M3 is kind of, that's a good way to do it because you got seats and you got the lawn if you want to sit out there. But
Yeah, M3 is only even if you get the whole lawn full, that's like 15 to 20,000, and everybody's got assigned seats. And if you're underneath, if you're covered up and you're not going to get rained on, and it's cool. I mean, we did it. We were probably like 5 rows back one year. It was fantastic, and then we can wander around if we got tired or want to get something to eat. But yeah, for 300.
Or Great White comes on. Time to go to the bathroom and get a hot dog.
Yeah,
or
you've
something.
never been big on Great White.
Oof.
Poor Jack Russell finally retired the other day. I mean, he was looking rough.
Well, he's had killer health problems.
Yeah, I mean, he looked bad. I felt bad for him. I mean, he used to be a really good singer and a good front man, but yeah, time to hang. Some of these people need to hang it. I mean, Don Dokken looks horrible too, and he can't sing anymore. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
you had to have made enough money. Time to, if you're gonna make music, do it in the studio where you can fix some stuff. But live, he's got his bass player singing most of his stuff now. Don is almost talking the vocals, and anything high, he's got the other 3 guys singing it for him.
All right, I gotta go.
I'll see you in a few weeks.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, take care.